Woo, child, I feel like I've been talking forever, honey. All right, we got a few more products to go. Hey guys, Cece back with another video, and today's video is going to be our Drugstore Makeup Starter Kit 2020. I don't even know why I did that. So as usual, if it's your first time watching me or watching my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would love to have you join the family. Also, make sure you click the little notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you can always be notified of all of my future videos, because you never want to miss a single upload. You also want to make sure you're following me on Instagram at YvetteLuvsBeauty, and also subscribe to my family vlog channel right here on YouTube at Bradley Party of 6. So what's up, you guys? I get questions all the time about products that I recommend, especially drugstore products. A lot of you guys are so into drugstore products, and my 2020 commitment was to bring you more drugstore videos. So here we are with this one. We are going to do an entire drugstore makeup kit. So this is like your starter kit. Maybe you're just starting out with makeup, or maybe you just want some product recommendations for me. Either way, I got you covered in this video. So I want to do a high-end version of this as well. I just want you guys to want to see it. So if you want to see that, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. I wanted to start with the drugstore version though, because I know a lot of people still think that they cannot get a good face of makeup at the drugstore. Honey, let me tell you, the drugstore will give you some amazing makeup that is just as good of quality as high-end makeup. So don't let the price tag fool you. And honey, for real, drugstore, some of that stuff ain't that cheap no more, okay? But don't let the price tag fool you. Just because a product is higher priced does not mean that it is the best quality or even the best product for you. There are plenty of products that I prefer the drugstore version over the high-end versions, and I will let you know some of those in this video. But not only are these the products that I think you need to create a full face, but these are also the specific products and brands that I recommend to put in those categories, if that makes any sense. So I think I've talked enough. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now we are going to go in the order that I put makeup on my face. So we're going to start with the brows. Now brows are one of the categories that I feel like there is no need to buy a high-end brow pencil. Pencils are my favorite, but I also use pomade. I'm not really a powder wearer. The only time that I will wear powder is to set my pencil if I know I'm just gonna have like a crazy long day, or I really don't want my makeup to move or go anywhere. I'll go ahead and set the pencil with the powder, but most time pencils just work fine for me. They're easy, they're simple. I can do my brows in like 2 minutes and be done. So I actually use this pencil today. This is the Revolution Pro brow pencil in the shade dark brown. I have backups upon backups upon backups of this product because it is just that good. I will make sure all of these products are linked below in the description box so you guys can check them out. But you can find this at Ulta. It's under $10 and it's always on sale. So I would definitely check this out. Like I said, no need to buy high-end brow products. I know I have high-end brow products and I recommend them to you guys and I use them, but I am someone who tries like everything. Y'all know I try a lot of different makeup in the course of a year, high-end, drugstore, whatever. So I might tell you about 10 different brow pencils this year. However, you need to find what works for you, what works for your skin type, what works for your face, what works for your budget, what works for your preference. So I'm telling you right now, I may show you more high-end brow products, but these drugstore pencils, they're everything, and there's no need to go that route if you don't want to. e.l.f. also has a really good brow pencil. Wet n Wild has a really good skinny brow pencil. I have a preference for the dual-ended skinny brow pencils like this, where the tip is just really tiny. And I feel like it makes the best hair-like strokes. So that is where I'm at with the brows, and I recommend you try this pencil. Woo, that is better, y'all. I just realized I didn't put on any blush or highlighter. Like, whoa, okay. that feels a lot better. All right, so let's move on to what's next. We're gonna move on to eye primer. Now, eye primer is an optional product. Everybody does not use eye primer. Everybody does not think eye primer works. That's fine. I use it sometimes, sometimes I don't. You can also use a concealer to just add that to your lids, and that gets a little tacky, and that helps also the eyeshadows stick. So just keep that in mind. But if you want to get an eyeshadow primer, my pick does not change. This is the NYX Glitter Primer. This is amazing, not only for glitter shadows, but also for regular shadows. It has that tackiness, the eyeshadows stick, and we're all good for the entire day. So I really love this eyeshadow primer. It's like $5, very inexpensive. That's that. Now let's go to actual eyeshadows. So I have been obsessed with these shadows right here. These are from the brand LA Girl. So I get these huge shadows from Ulta. They have probably about 5 of these shadow palettes in all different types of colors, in neutrals and brights and all that stuff. And they are just so absolutely gorgeous. So I have this one in the shade, what shade is this? This is in, gosh darn it. Oh, this is the Pro Artistry palette. That's what this is. And it's like, oh my gosh, who does not need that in their lives, right? So that is super beautiful. And then I also have the Hot Heat palette, and I've shown you guys these before. These shadows are absolutely phenomenal. The colors in them, like what? The colors in them are so beautiful. I decided to get the brighter ones because, I don't know, I'm trying to venture out and do some color. So when I bought these, I decided to buy the brighter ones instead of the neutral ones. Y'all know your girl has a million neutral eyeshadow palettes back there. So I wanted to try brighter shades, and I absolutely love these. These are regularly, I think, $19.99 if you get them at full price, but they're always on sale. I think I've paid probably like $10 for each of these because I found them on sale. So those shadows are absolutely amazing. I would recommend those hands down. But you guys know ColourPop has amazing shadows. Morphe has amazing shadows. e.l.f. has really good shadows. So you just have to find the palettes that work for you and your taste. You don't have to have 10 different palettes. You really don't. One palette, maybe a neutral color palette, will do you right, and you can do everyday looks, you can do smoky looks, sexy looks, whatever you want to do, you can do that with one palette. Now, if you want to venture out and get several palettes, they're out there for you at the drugstore at a very affordable price. After eyeshadow, I would go ahead and put on eyeliner. Now, eyeliner is another thing that there's really no need to buy high-end. However, every brand has pretty much every brand has a really good eyeliner. I have some from L'Oreal. I have some from I have one from e.l.f. I have them from Wet n Wild. I have them from so many different brands. So that's like a personal preference type thing where I don't want to recommend something because there's so many. You can get pencil eyeliners, you can get liquid eyeliners, you can get gel eyeliners, and they all work for the most part. Depending on your preference, they all work pretty well. So I would just, I mean, you can try an array of eyeliners. They're very inexpensive, but I don't really have any favorites because I have so many different types. So I didn't really want to recommend any. Now, lashes at the drugstore, that's another thing. Lashes are another thing, y'all. Don't go out and spend $20 on a pair of lashes, okay? The drugstore has perfectly good lashes, all different brands. I actually just bought some from e.l.f. that I like. These on my eyes are from Ardell. These right here, though, these are my jam. These are the Ardell Remy lashes. So I have actually on the Ardell magnetic lashes, and I didn't even read the packaging and realize they were magnetic. I use glue on them, so I've never used magnetic lashes. I don't know how they work, but these Ardell Remy lashes are everything. They almost mimic like mink lashes or faux mink lashes, and they're so pretty, they're so fluffy. I absolutely love these. They're made with 100% premium Remy hair, and they have an Invisiband, so they don't look plasticky, they don't look cheap, but they are really good and inexpensive. So these I would definitely recommend. I think I usually pick mine up from Ulta, but I absolutely love these. let's keep it moving. This is about the time that I would start on the face. And the first thing I do with my face is prime. I prime my face every single time I do my makeup. And I've actually discovered a really good primer. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Prime Plus Mattifying and Pore Reducing. Now sometimes I have trouble finding primers which are mattifying and pore reducing. Sometimes they're just mattifying, sometimes they're just pore reducing. I need both. So this is a really nice breath of fresh air at the drugstore. Definitely keeps me matte and also reduces my pores. It does what it says it's going to do. Now, if you are not oily, this is probably not a primer that you really want on your skin because it's just gonna make you drier. So I did pick out this one right here. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Prime on the Go Face Primer. And so this one is not very mattifying, it's just pore reducing. And so if pores are an issue for you, this would be a nice option for you without really drying out your skin. Even if you do have normal skin, I know most of us get a little shiny this time of year. So depending on what your skin type is, these are the two that I really recommend. On to the good stuff, foundation, right? I have 3 foundations sitting in front of me for 3 different skin types. I tried to pick out some for everyone so everyone can benefit from this video. We're gonna start with oily skin and work our way down. So for the oily skin girls like me, honey, I just recently rediscovered the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Now the nice thing about the Maybelline Fit Me line is that it also comes in a dewy and smooth. So if you do have dry skin, you can get the dewy and smooth version of this. I'm of course going to do the matte and poreless because I need to be matte and I need to be poreless, especially throughout the summertime because I get like very greasy very fast. So this is really nice. I'm in the shade 330 in this foundation. I just rediscovered it. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. And I think I used it all up like last year and then I just never repurchased it. And so I finally went ahead and repurchased it. It now comes in like a handy dandy pouch, which is awesome. And I just think everyone needs this foundation in their lives. Now, if you're not oily and you like, girl, I'm not oily, that's gonna dry me out, I got you. So if you have like combo to normal skin, this is a good option right here. This is the Milani Scream Queen Natural Finish Foundation. I have the shade 430 Toasted Tawny. This foundation is so beautiful on the skin. It does have that natural finish, so I wouldn't wear it on the hottest of days, like it's 88 degrees outside today. This probably wouldn't be my foundation of choice. However, it's so gorgeous. Every single time I wear this foundation, people are asking me, girl, what is on your skin? I've done a full review on this foundation either on YouTube or on Instagram. I can't remember which one, but this is such a great foundation. I love it. This is definitely my pick. If you have just like normal skin or even combo skin, you could definitely get away with this. If you have oily skin, you could totally wear this as well. You just will probably have to touch up throughout the day. Last but not least, for my dry skin girls, okay, this is a foundation that I will only wear if I only gonna have it on for like maybe 4 hours or something like that. This is the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. So I've worn this several times. I've actually worn it for video purposes, and then I've also worn it just like running to the store. Like I was doing a video that day and I wore this foundation and then I ran to the store and came home. It was perfectly fine for that. My skin looked perfectly beautiful, but as it wears throughout the day, honey, after like that 4-hour mark, baby, my skin turns to chicken grease with this. But if you have drier skin, the finish of this foundation is so beautiful and I definitely think it's worth a try. And of course, like all of these, with it being a drugstore option, it's very affordable, so I would definitely check it out. Another thing you can do with this foundation is actually mix it. So something that I do with my foundations lately is I've been mixing them together. So say I want to wear my matte and poreless, but I want a little glow. I'll mix the two together and get just the most amazing finished foundation. So you can try that as well. So now that we have our base on, we absolutely need to conceal those under eye bags. At least I do. My baby likes to keep me up at night, so my under eyes have been looking real shoddy lately. So the 3 concealers that I have been using and have been loving have been the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Pro Glow Concealer. I love this concealer for like a nice lightweight coverage. If I'm going for a light makeup day but I do need some coverage underneath the eyes, I will go for this one. It's super hydrating underneath your eyes. Don't have to worry about it feeling cakey or anything like that. Really love this. Then I've also been using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This one is a lot fuller coverage and it'll definitely like heavy duty cover everything underneath your eyes. So it's not as hydrating underneath the eyes as well. So this one, you want to watch it if you already have dry under eyes. If you don't blend it out well, it can get a little cakey, so you just want to be careful. This one, very hydrating, very lightweight, but also very light coverage. So those are the differences in the two. And then something that I feel like that splits the difference is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is a satin finish. I have mine in the shade Medium Neutral. And oh, in the L'Oreal, I have mine in the shade Latte. And then in the Pro Glow, I have the shade Sand Beige, just for reference. But the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now, I had the regular Camo Concealer for a while. I liked it. It was okay. But the Hydrating Camo Concealer just amps this concealer up so much more. It has like a medium to full coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy or cakey underneath the eyes. This is probably the best $6 concealer at the drugstore. Not even kidding. So if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend you getting your hands on this baby right here. So next you have to set the concealer underneath your eyes. You don't want it slipping and sliding everywhere. So I have two recommendations. Yes, two recommendations to set your concealer. And the first one I have is the RCMA No Color Powder. I actually put it in a different jar because the packaging is trash. It's like a salt shaker packaging almost. It's not good packaging for under eye setting powder. So I bought these jars from Amazon and I put some in these jars. This is not easily accessible powder. So this powder you're gonna have to order from, I think I got mine from Beautylish, but you can order it from like different places. And I hate that about it, but I love this powder. It's like $12 for so much product and it looks so good underneath the eyes. It is white, but it's very translucent. It's very fine and I absolutely love this powder. It's one of my favorite affordable setting powders. But if you like, girl, I just want to run to the store, grab what I need and go. ColourPop also makes setting powders and they make these no filter setting powders. And so what I like to do is mix them together. I need to just put these in one jar and mix the shades, but I have the shades Translucent and then I also have the shade Banana. I don't really love them separately, but mixing the two together, the two shades, I love this powder. The powder is very fine. It doesn't get cakey underneath my eyes. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this ColourPop under eye setting powder, but honey, this has been one of my favorite setting powders for years and it looks amazing underneath the eyes. Then after I set my concealer, I go in to set my face. And I have several powders for this now. I can use a foundation powder to set my face. I can just use a regular setting powder. I can use all types of things to set my face. Loose powders, pressed powders, whatever. One of my newest obsessions has been this baby right here. This is the J-Cat Beauty Aqua Assurance Compact Foundation. So I have been setting my face with this. I've also been using it as a powder foundation, but I've been setting my face with this as well and it's so beautiful. I have mine in the shade Honey. I don't think this was cheap though. I think it was like $14.99, so pretty expensive for a drugstore product, but very gorgeous and I would definitely recommend it. It has really, really good coverage. So if you're already wearing liquid foundation, you probably want to use a light hand if you're going to set it with this. And the same goes for this. This is like an oldie but goodie for me. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation Powder. This is the shade Honey 320 and such a gorgeous powder. I wear this alone. I'll wear this to set my makeup and it works out quite well and gives you that coverage that you're looking for. Then if I'm not looking for coverage and I just want to set my makeup and I also want a little glow, doesn't have to be matte, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. Probably the most beautiful setting powder at the drugstore. This is $8 and it's, you know, it's e.l.f. so it's super affordable, but it is just so gorgeous. My skin just gets this like overall glow, but not greasy or shiny, and I love this right here. like glow has kind of been my thing. Like I've been obsessed with this powder. I've been obsessed with these Hourglass ambient lighting powders, which also kind of do the same thing. They kind of give your face like a little filter, you know. Too Faced has like a glowy powder like that I love. I have one from Pure Cosmetics. I've been obsessed, and this is a great one from the drugstore if you want to try out that kind of glowy look. Next up are bronzers. For bronzer, the best bronzer at the drugstore that I've tried, hands down, haven't seen a better one, is this one. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. They came out with new shades like a couple years ago. So at first there was only one shade, and then they started coming out with deeper shades, which I can appreciate. This is the shade Endless Summer. It smells like vacation. Like it smells like a pina colada, and it's so gorgeous on the skin. The only bad thing I have to say about this is the price. This is about 15 bucks at your local drugstore or wherever you're gonna get it from. So it's pretty expensive, but it's such a good bronzer, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite bronzers like ever, even drugstore, high-end, whatever. This is one of my favorite bronzers, and I totally think it's worth the price tag. But when you're looking for drugstore makeup, I just feel like $15 is very expensive. But Physicians Formula as a whole is a more expensive drugstore brand, so you have to keep that in mind. Woo, child, I feel like I've been talking forever, honey. All right, we got a few more products to go. Next, I would put on blush. My newest blush obsession has been the ColourPop blush. This is from their newest collection, but this is called Meteorite, and this blush is just super neutral and pretty. I feel like you can wear this with any look, and it's just really good for the season, the summer season. Now ColourPop has an array of amazing blushes, but Milani also has really good blushes. e.l.f. has really good blushes. Who else do I love? Rimmel has some really good blushes. I think they're called the Maxi blushes, and City Color also has really good blushes. So I would check any of those brands out. I think the blushes are seriously a personal preference, but I've been obsessed with this one lately. And then for highlighter, drugstores have really stepped their game up when it comes to highlighters lately. Probably over the last like 2 years, drugstores have just really stepped their game up. Highlighters are seriously a thing with every brand. Now I chose one more subtle, one more like bam in your face. And the in your face one, I feel like this is what started the really good highlighter trend at the drugstore, and it's the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in Molten Gold. This highlighter will never get old. It will always be beautiful, and it's so soft and so pretty and so metallic. Like, it's so gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. And it's definitely like, bam, when you put this on, honey, you're about to blind people with this highlighter. But if you don't want to be that extra and you want to be a little subtle, I do have this one for you. Of course, I was going to mention this. This is the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter. And they also have a lighter shade if you're of a lighter skin tone. But this is for my girls who are like my skin tone and deeper. This one is so gorgeous. It's a nice bronzy, subtle highlighter. So this is like my really nice everyday highlighter. And the nice thing about this is it's like $4. So yeah. 2 more products. First one being my setting spray. The only setting spray that I've really loved from the drugstore has been from Milani, and it's this Make It Last Matte Finish Setting Spray. Now they do have the one in the clear bottle, and it's just the regular setting spray, but it's not a matte finish. I do like that one too, but ever since they came out with the matte one, I was like, yes, that's for me. So this is the one and only, I think it's my one and only drugstore setting spray that I really use and that I really, really, really love. So last but not least, we're gonna talk about lip products. Now, if you guys are noticing, I did leave out mascaras. Mascaras are another thing. There's no need to buy a high-end mascara ever. I feel like the drugstore has some of the best mascaras, but there's so many different ones, and I feel like mascara is also personal preference. Some people prefer length, some people prefer volume. It just depends. So L'Oreal has really good mascaras. Maybelline has really good mascaras. There's some good ones. Wet n Wild has really good ones. ones. So I would just encourage you to check out some of the mascaras at the drugstore, because it's really hard to bring you one when there's just so many different kinds out there and so many different brands. So, but moving back into lips, I do have one lip gloss, and these are the e.l.f. lip lacquers. This one's in the shade Fantasy, and you guys, these are $3 and they're so good. There's so many different colors, there's different finishes and different shades. I love these e.l.f. lip lacquers so much, and I've been using them for months and months and months. They're at Target. They have like the full range of Target. Definitely go check those out. NYX also has these powder puff lip gloss, or lippies, they're lip creams. I actually have this one on today, and this one's in the shade Moody. Oh my god, these are matte, but they're not super drying. Like, I absolutely love these shades. They stay on all day too. I have several different shades in this one, and the only thing I don't like is that it comes with like that cushy tip. So I mean, you shouldn't be sharing lip products anyway, but it's just really not that hygienic, but it's so pretty. And this is probably my favorite shade. Gorgeous, right? Love it. So last but not least, I'm pretty sure I've talked your ear off about these too, but these are the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. I think they're just called liquid lipsticks. This one, red one, is in the shade Pioneer, and this orange one is in the shade Heroin, but I have like 6 different shades. These aren't the cheapest. These are about 10 bucks a piece, but they are so good. Hands down, my absolute favorite drugstore liquid lipstick. Like, this is it. If you're gonna go with a drugstore liquid lipstick, go straight to the Maybelline section, pick up the Super Stay Matte Inks. I promise you won't be disappointed. Woo! I feel like that took us forever to get through, but we got through it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Like I said before, I will make sure every product that I mentioned is listed down below, so you can go ahead and check them out yourselves. There are so many amazing gems at the drugstore, and I hope I was able to articulate that for you in this video. If you have any other questions, any other video ideas or recommendations, definitely leave that down below in the not in the description box, in the comment section. I would love to know what you guys want to see. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.